The year 2025 is your wake-up call, a pivotal moment in time inviting you to pause, reflect, and reset your life's direction. Modern society bombards us with noise, distractions, and endless demands for attention, leaving many feeling trapped, like they're sprinting on a treadmill going nowhere. It's easy to lose sight of what truly matters amid the chaos of daily living. But this year offers a unique opportunity to step off the racetrack and reclaim your focus. How often have you felt that your efforts lacked meaning? Or that you were chasing goals defined by others? A wise Buddhist monk once observed, "Working hard for something you don't care about is stress. Working hard for something you love is passion." This year, let passion guide you as you realign with your purpose and center your life around inner peace and clarity. The path to transformation begins with self-awareness and intentional action. Contrary to common belief, focusing on yourself is not an act of selfishness but a form of self-love and preservation. Buddhism teaches that understanding oneself, one's emotions, patterns, and motivations is the first step to breaking free from the cycles of suffering caused by external pressures. In this video, we will explore 10 timeless Buddhist lessons to help you shift inward, embrace self-awareness, and foster a life of balance and fulfillment in 2025. Each lesson serves as a stepping stone on the journey to self-discovery and intentional living. From mindfulness practices to finding purpose, detaching from external validation, and cultivating resilience, these teachings provide actionable insights that can transform your year ahead. Lesson 1: Self-awareness as the foundation of growth. Buddhism teaches that self-awareness is the cornerstone of personal transformation. Without understanding your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors, you're like a ship without a rudder, drifting aimlessly through life's currents. Self-awareness allows you to step out of reactive patterns and align your actions with your true purpose. Why self-awareness matters. In Buddhist philosophy, mindfulness, being fully present in the moment, reveals the essence of who we are. As the Buddha said, "What we think, we become." This profound truth underscores the importance of knowing your inner world. Without this clarity, you risk being swayed by external demands, losing sight of what truly matters. Practical steps to cultivate self-awareness. Daily reflection. Spend a few minutes each day journaling about your fears, dreams, and recurring behaviors. This practice helps you identify patterns and triggers. Mindful observation. Take time to observe your thoughts and emotions without judgment. When you catch yourself reacting impulsively, pause and reflect. Meditative practice. Sit quietly, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. With each inhale, ask yourself, "What do I feel right now?" Allow the answers to arise naturally. Example story. Consider the story of a young professional overwhelmed by her demanding job. She constantly felt drained and unfulfilled but couldn't pinpoint why. One day, she began journaling her daily experiences and emotions. Over time, patterns emerged. Her stress stemmed from tasks misaligned with her values. With this newfound awareness, she restructured her responsibilities, delegating what didn't resonate and focusing on projects she was passionate about. This simple act of self-reflection transformed her work life, reigniting her enthusiasm and clarity. The light of awareness. Self-awareness is like a lamp in a dark room, illuminating not only the path forward but also the obstacles in your way. The more you cultivate this practice, the less external chaos will dictate your choices. In the fast-paced world of 2025, prioritizing self-awareness will empower you to navigate life with confidence and peace. Your mantra for 2025: I am my priority, my growth, my peace, my journey. Focus on yourself not out of selfishness but out of love. When you know yourself deeply, you unlock the potential to live with wisdom, serenity, and authenticity. This year, let the light of self-awareness guide your steps as you embrace your truth and transform your world. Lesson 2. Define your why. Purpose is the invisible thread that gives life meaning and direction. In the chaos of daily living, it's easy to lose sight of this guiding force. But Buddhist philosophy teaches that your purpose is your internal compass. When your actions align with your core values and aspirations, they create a sense of fulfillment and clarity. The importance of defining your why. Without a clear purpose, life feels like wandering through a dense forest without a map. Each path may seem tempting, but without direction, progress is slow and unsteady. The Buddha's teachings remind us that clarity comes not from external achievements but from understanding the deeper why behind our actions. Practical steps to discover your purpose. Reflect deeply. Ask yourself, why do I wake up every day, and what truly matters to me? Don't rush the answers, let them rise naturally. List core values. Identify 3 to 5 values that resonate deeply with you, such as compassion, growth, or integrity. Align actions with values. Examine your daily activities and determine whether they align with these values. Make adjustments where necessary. Example story. A young man spent years chasing wealth, believing it was the key to happiness. However, he constantly felt unfulfilled. During a silent retreat, he reflected on his core values and realized his true joy came from helping others. He shifted his career focus to social work, finding a deeper sense of purpose and peace. Your why as a beacon. Purpose is not about societal expectations or fleeting trends, it's about aligning your actions with your authentic self. In 2025, let your why guide every decision you make. When life feels chaotic, return to your purpose as a beacon of clarity and strength. Your mantra for 2025. I choose purpose over distraction, clarity over chaos, and my truth above all else. Define your why. Live it fully, and let it illuminate your path forward. Lesson 3. Detach from external validation. In a world dominated by likes, comments, and societal approval, it's easy to fall into the trap of seeking validation from others. Buddhist philosophy teaches us that true freedom and peace come from letting go of this dependency and finding joy within ourselves. The burden of external validation. Imagine carrying a jar with a small crack. No matter how hard you try to keep it full, water seeps out with every step. This jar symbolizes the endless effort to fill ourselves with external approval, a pursuit that leaves us exhausted and unfulfilled. The Buddha warned against this craving, teaching that it leads only to suffering. Practical steps to cultivate detachment. Shift your focus to effort, not outcomes, instead of worrying about how others perceive your actions. Ask yourself, am I proud of my effort? Does this align with my values? Limit social media triggers. Curate your digital environment by muting accounts that spark comparison or anxiety. Remember, social media often shows highlights, not reality. Celebrate small wins. Take pride in your growth and progress, even if they go unnoticed by others. Example story. A talented artist used to post her work online, eagerly waiting for likes and comments. One day, she decided to disconnect from social media and focus on her creative process. She found herself rediscovering the joy of creating art for its own sake. Over time, this detachment from external validation brought her inner peace and inspired her most authentic work. Finding joy within. Detachment doesn't mean apathy. It means recognizing your inherent worth, independent of others' opinions. By letting go of the need for external validation, you reclaim your power and energy, focusing instead on what genuinely fulfills you. Your mantra for 2025. I find joy within. I am enough as I am. Detach from the noise of the outside world and focus on expressing your authentic self. In 2025, let this practice liberate you, enabling a life of contentment and peace. Lesson 4. Focus on what you can control. Life often feels overwhelming, with challenges coming from every direction, an unpredictable economy, shifting relationships, or unexpected events. The instinct to try to control everything can lead to frustration and burnout. However, Buddhist philosophy reminds us that peace comes not from controlling external circumstances but from mastering our internal responses. The illusion of control. Imagine standing in the middle of a storm, trying to hold it back with your hands. The more effort you exert, the more the storm seems to rage on. This is how clinging to the uncontrollable works. It leaves us drained and powerless. The Buddha taught that suffering arises from attachment, including the need to control outcomes that are beyond our influence. Practical steps to focus on what you can control. Identify your sphere of influence. Write down the aspects of your life you can directly control, your thoughts, actions, and choices, and separate them from external factors. Practice acceptance. Acknowledge the reality of what you cannot change and focus on adapting to it with grace. Mindful action. Instead of reacting impulsively to situations, take a moment to pause, breathe, and choose a response aligned with your values. Example story. A monk meditating under a tree was disturbed by a passerby who hurled insults at him. Instead of reacting with anger, the monk remained calm. When asked how he could stay composed, the monk replied, "If someone offers you a gift and you do not accept it, to whom does it belong?" This wisdom shows that we always have the power to choose how we respond. Reclaiming inner peace. By focusing on what lies within your control, you free yourself from unnecessary stress and anxiety. Whether it's dedicating yourself fully to a task or reframing a challenge as an opportunity for growth, your energy is better spent on meaningful efforts rather than futile struggles. Your mantra for 2025. I focus on my effort, not the outcome. I release what I cannot control. Embrace this principle in 2025, and you'll discover a profound sense of freedom and resilience amidst life's uncertainties. Lesson 5. Align your actions with your values. Living in alignment with your core values is one of the most powerful ways to achieve peace and fulfillment. When your actions reflect your beliefs, you create a harmonious balance between your inner self and the world around you. Buddhist teachings emphasize the importance of intentional living, a life guided by authenticity and integrity. Why alignment matters. When your actions don't match your values, it creates an internal conflict. This disconnect often manifests as stress, dissatisfaction, or a feeling of emptiness. The Eightfold Path in Buddhism encourages us to live with right intention and right action, forming the foundation for a purposeful life. Practical steps to align your actions. Identify core values. Write down your top 3 values, principles that matter most to you, such as kindness, honesty, or growth. Evaluate your choices. Reflect on your daily decisions. Are they consistent with your values? If not, identify areas where change is needed. Prioritize integrity. Commit to living authentically, even when it's challenging. Saying no to misaligned opportunities creates space for what truly matters. Example story. A businesswoman faced a dilemma when offered a lucrative deal that conflicted with her values of environmental responsibility. Despite the potential profits, she declined, staying true to her principles. This decision not only preserved her integrity but also earned her the respect of her peers and clients. Living with intention. Aligning your actions with your values builds self-trust and fosters clarity. When your decisions are rooted in what you truly believe, you move through life with a sense of purpose and confidence. This alignment acts as a compass, guiding you toward meaningful goals. Your mantra for 2025: I live with intention. My actions reflect my values. Let this year be one where your choices resonate with your authentic self, creating a life of harmony and fulfillment. Lesson 6: Cultivate emotional resilience. Life is unpredictable, filled with sudden changes and challenges. Emotional resilience is the ability to navigate these difficulties with clarity, balance, and strength. Buddhist teachings emphasize that while we cannot control the storms of life, we can strengthen the stillness within ourselves. The essence of resilience. Imagine a lake during a storm. While the surface ripples with waves, the depths remain calm and undisturbed. This is the nature of emotional resilience, maintaining inner peace even when circumstances around you are chaotic. The Buddha taught that suffering arises not from the challenges themselves but from how we respond to them. Practical steps to build emotional resilience. Practice mindfulness. Regular meditation helps you develop the ability to observe your thoughts and emotions without attachment. This creates a space between stimulus and response. Reframe challenges. View setbacks as opportunities for growth. Ask yourself, what can I learn from this experience? Daily gratitude. Focus on what is good in your life, even during tough times. A gratitude practice shifts your perspective and fosters positivity. Example story. A monk's hut was destroyed in a fire. Instead of succumbing to despair, he said, "Now I can see the stars." This profound perspective reminds us that even in loss, there is beauty and opportunity for growth. His emotional resilience turned a setback into a moment of clarity and gratitude. Harnessing inner strength. Emotional resilience is not about avoiding challenges but meeting them with grace and courage. It allows you to remain steady, like the deep waters of the lake, while life's storms pass overhead. This strength enables you to move forward with confidence and peace. Your mantra for 2025. I observe. I reflect. I grow. Let resilience be your anchor this year, helping you face life's uncertainties with a calm and steady heart. Lesson 7. Letting go of attachments. Attachment to outcomes, possessions, or relationships often leads to suffering. Buddhism teaches that letting go is not about abandoning responsibility but about freeing yourself from unnecessary burdens that weigh you down. The nature of attachment. Imagine holding a rope tightly as it burns your hands. The harder you cling, the more pain you endure. This is how attachments function. We often hold on to people, expectations, or past experiences, thinking they define us. But as the Buddha said, you only lose what you cling to. Practical steps to let go. Identify attachments. Reflect on areas of your life where attachment causes stress or dissatisfaction. Are you clinging to an outcome, a person, or an idea? Focus on effort, not results. Pour your energy into actions rather than being fixated on outcomes. Trust that doing your best is enough. Practice gratitude. Shift your focus from what you fear losing to appreciating what you have in the present moment. Example story. Two monks were traveling and came across a woman struggling to cross a river. One monk carried her across, though their order forbade contact with women. Hours later, The second monk chastised him. The first monk replied, "I put her down hours ago. Why are you still carrying her?" This simple tale illustrates how often we carry emotional burdens long after they should have been released. Finding freedom in release. Letting go doesn't mean indifference. It means creating space for growth and peace. By releasing what no longer serves you, you free up energy to focus on what truly matters: your growth, your values, and your well-being. Your mantra for 2025. I release. I grow. I thrive. Let go of attachments that hold you back and trust that by creating space, you invite new opportunities and clarity into your life. Lesson 8. Embrace authenticity. Living authentically means aligning your actions, words, and thoughts with your true self. It's about shedding the masks we wear to fit societal expectations and embracing who we truly are. Authenticity is a cornerstone of Buddhist practice, emphasizing the harmony that comes from living in alignment with your inner truth. The power of authenticity. Authenticity inspires trust and connection. When you live authentically, you free yourself from the exhausting effort of maintaining facades. The Buddha taught that understanding and accepting your true self is the first step toward enlightenment. Practical steps to embrace authenticity. Reflect on your values, identify the principles that resonate most deeply with you and use them as a compass for decision-making. Speak your truth, practice honest and compassionate communication, even when it's uncomfortable. Let go of comparison. Focus on your unique journey rather than measuring yourself against others. Example story. A woman spent years trying to fit into her workplace culture, suppressing her creativity to meet expectations. One day, she began integrating her passion for art into her work presentations. Her colleagues appreciated her unique perspective, and she felt more connected and fulfilled. By embracing her authenticity, she not only thrived but inspired others to do the same. The ripple effect of authenticity. When you live authentically, you empower others to do the same. Your genuine presence becomes a source of inspiration and connection, creating a ripple effect that fosters authenticity in your community. Your mantra for 2025. I am true to myself. I live my truth. Embrace authenticity this year, and let it guide you toward a life of fulfillment and meaningful connections. Lesson 9. Inspire others through compassionate leadership. True leadership is not about power or control, it's about inspiring others by embodying the values of kindness, integrity, and compassion. In Buddhism, leading through compassion means lifting others up while staying rooted in your authentic self. The essence of compassionate leadership. Compassionate leadership begins with self-awareness and empathy. It's about understanding others' struggles and offering support without judgment. The Buddha taught that the greatest leaders inspire not by imposing their will, but by living as examples of the values they wish to see in the world. Practical steps to lead with compassion. Practice active listening when engaging with others. Listen without interrupting or formulating a response. Show them you value their perspectives. Lead by example. Model the behaviors you want to inspire in others, whether it's patience, honesty, or dedication. Encourage growth. Support those around you in reaching their potential by providing guidance and opportunities for learning. Stay humble, acknowledge your own limitations, and show a willingness to learn from others. Example story. A manager once struggled to connect with his team. After attending a mindfulness retreat, he started practicing active listening during meetings and made an effort to understand his team's personal challenges. Over time, the team became more engaged and productive, inspired by his genuine care and openness. The impact of compassionate leadership. Compassionate leadership doesn't just transform others, it transforms you. by focusing on the well-being and growth of those around you. You create a ripple effect of positivity that strengthens relationships and builds trust. Your mantra for 2025. I lead with compassion. My actions inspire growth and kindness. Let this year be one where you uplift others by leading with your heart and staying true to your values. Lesson 10. Continuous self-improvement. Growth is a journey, not a destination. In Buddhism, the concept of continuous self-improvement aligns with the path to enlightenment, emphasizing the importance of learning, evolving, and striving to be the best version of yourself. Why continuous growth matters. Life is constantly changing, and so are we. When you commit to lifelong growth, you adapt to challenges with grace and seize opportunities with confidence. The Buddha taught that by cultivating our potential, we not only enhance our own lives but also contribute positively to the world around us. Practical steps for continuous self-improvement. Set intentional goals, define clear, meaningful objectives that align with your values and purpose. Embrace a growth mindset, view challenges as opportunities to learn rather than obstacles to overcome. Reflect and adapt, regularly evaluate your progress. Celebrate successes, and adjust your approach as needed. Seek knowledge, engage in activities that broaden your perspective, such as reading, taking courses, or learning new skills. Example story. A struggling entrepreneur found inspiration in Buddhist teachings and began dedicating time each day to self-reflection and learning. By journaling his successes and failures, he identified patterns in his decision-making. Over time, he adapted his strategies, ultimately turning his business into a thriving enterprise. His commitment to growth didn't just transform his career, it also deepened his understanding of himself. The path of lifelong learning. Continuous improvement is about small, consistent steps. Each day presents an opportunity to grow, no matter how incremental. By committing to self-improvement, you cultivate resilience, clarity, and purpose, laying the foundation for a fulfilling and meaningful life. Your mantra for 2025. I grow every day. My potential is limitless. Embrace this mantra, and let each step of your journey bring you closer to your fullest self. Closing and call to action. As we conclude this exploration of Buddhist wisdom, let's remember that the journey inward is the greatest adventure of all. Each lesson, from self-awareness to lifelong growth, is a step toward unlocking your true potential and living a life of purpose and peace. If this video resonated with you, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel, The Path to Buddhist Wisdom. By subscribing, you join a community committed to exploring timeless teachings and practical insights for a balanced and fulfilling life. Let's continue this journey together. Turn on notifications so you never miss an update. And share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Thank you for being a part of this transformative path. Here's to a mindful and meaningful 2025.